Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Unlimited Bits podcast. I'm admin Juanito Shade here with the other admin.
Admin Taco Freak.
Admin Taco Freak. Hey, what do you say? Why did you say Taco Freak? Like taco. Should I say Taco Freak?
Okay, Taco Freak.
Because I don't know if you guys can't tell by the way we speak the English language, but we got a bit of an accent because we're actually Mexicanos. We are not Americans. So yeah. For a crappy country full of war and crimes and we're not gonna get into politics. We're not gonna get into politics and the state of the country, right? That's not what we're here. We're sitting here in a little place we call Luisa's Mansion. I figured, hey, it'd be the best place in which to record the very first episode of the Unlimited Bits podcast because it's nice and quiet. There's no people in here besides us and our little dog, Tiny. He's my son and Taco Freak's nephew. And he decided to accompany us for the recording of the very first episode because he knows that it's a special location.
And besides, there's a little kid here, supposedly, a ghost, so they say.
Oh yeah, that's a backstory for this place. It's the reason why I nicknamed it Luisa's Mansion. Supposedly, according to some people who originally had the intention to stay here, there's apparitions and sounds and paranormal shit. Supposedly, some little kid's spirit is here, and the house is haunted. But we've stayed here several times during the nights and even in the days, and I've never witnessed anything. Have you ever witnessed anything?
Nope, but if you hear anything while we're recording, then you know why.
Yeah. For all we know, hey, we could be recording the first ever episode of this podcast, and then you could hear in between our words,
don't scare the people away, please.
I'm gonna take Tiny. I'm gonna take your motherfucking souls. Okay, no. But if you do hear something like that, like for example, this morning I spent a good portion of my morning here in Luisa's Mansion, and when I left over to the house next door, which is where we live. It's right next to this one, to Luisa's Mansion. And when I came back, I had my 3DS in hand. And I could have swore that as I was unlocking the door, I heard the toilet flush. And I unlocked the door, and sure enough, I went to the bathroom to check the toilet, and the water was still as still water can be. So I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. And that's about the closest thing to paranormal activity I've gotten in this damn place.
Paranormal activity, they say it's not that scary anyway, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't watch scary movies. I'm too much of a wimp.
Yeah.
Anyway... This is the Unlimited Bits podcast. I decided to call it the Unlimited Bits podcast because if you're a gamer, if you're passionate about games like we are, video games, well, you know that every few years, every 6 or 5 years or so, there's a new console generation. And with every generation, console hardware becomes more powerful. Back in the days of the Atari and the Nintendo Entertainment System, you used to identify a console by bits. The Atari 2600 was a 4-bit console. The Nintendo Entertainment System was an 8-bit console, so was the Game Boy, and the Super Nintendo and the Genesis were 16-bit consoles. Nowadays, modern consoles are so powerful that you can't even count the bits of the processors that run inside the machine. So I decided to call it the Unlimited Bits podcast simply because of that. We can't count the bits anymore, and the powers of video game consoles, increase with every new generation, and it's just impossible to count them. So that means for us, prettier games. In the case of, well, even the PC and Xbox One and PlayStation 4 titles. But that's the story behind the name of the Unlimited Bits podcast. What do you think of the name?
I like it. It's unique. We also have a Facebook page, and it's called 8-Bit Gaming, and we decided to name it differently because we like being unique in a way.
Yeah, we wanted something a little bit more original because we could have gone the plain route. There's a million podcasts out there. I don't remember exactly where I read it. There was a page on the internet that I read a few weeks back. I can't remember the name for the life of me. But anyway, the point is that it was an article that had a survey, and it said that the survey was done in the United States only. I don't know about the rest of the world, but the survey indicated that over half of the population in the United States of America listen to podcasts on a regular basis. And there's podcasts about everything, just like there's videos and media of every kind about every single topic imaginable. We have your sports podcast, your comedy podcast, and you also have video game podcasts such as this one. I've actually never listened to a video game podcast. I listen to pro wrestling podcasts like the Steve Austin Show. If you ever listen to that, you're a pro wrestling fan like me. That show's awesome. You should check it out. Anyway, back on track. This podcast is going to be mainly focused on video games. Yeah, we might step out of the video game realm here and there. We talk about something that's going on, something that we watched in the news, or hell, we might just ramble on about stuff that we've done lately, but not too much because we don't want to stay off topic for too long and bore the hell out of you guys. So, main focus of this thing, video games. We're going to talk modern video games. We're going to talk retro video games. Anything and everything that we feel like talking about, you're going to hear about it here on the Unlimited Bits podcast. Oh yes, and we're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with a glass of milk, and well, we're recording the first episode of this podcast, so much for being formal and professional. I, for one, honestly don't give a crap, so I'm going to take a bite of this slice here.
Yeah, I've been eating the whole time. I'm sorry.
We're a pair of sibling fat asses. But hey, who doesn't like PB&J sandwiches? I mean, if you don't like it, there's something wrong. You have no soul.
Unless they're allergic to peanut.
That's a good point. Or if they're gingers. Gingers have no souls, right?
We don't.
That's what the legend goes like. Anyway, this is the first episode of the Unlimited Bits podcast, and that's basically this podcast in a nutshell. We're gonna talk games. We're gonna talk a non-gaming topic here and there, just for the sake of diversity, because we can't always just talk about the same thing. If you don't have diversity, if you don't have variety in your life, then your life becomes dull and boring. So what you're going to hear in this podcast, the plan right now, as of right now, is to drop a new episode of the Unlimited Bits podcast here on YouTube every Monday.
So we think every Monday. We're not sure. I don't know what you guys think. The viewers, the people that hear this, not sure if they agree that Monday is fine, or if they like another day and give us a reason why.
Well, the way I see it, I think Monday is a damn fine day to upload a new episode every week. Because, think about it. See it from the working man or woman's perspective. You're going to start a new week, and everybody hates Mondays because the weekend just passed and you don't want to go back to work, or you don't want to go back to school to study, or whatever it is you do. Maybe you hunt cows. I don't fucking know. But Monday is the perfect day because you're going to start off your week, and if it turns out that you start listening to this podcast and you enjoy it, well, we're going to help you get your week started right. We're going to try to take your mind off of your work or your studying for just under an hour or so. The plan is to have every episode after this first episode be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour long. If we see that this thing gets some traction and that we see that people listen to these things, then we might even make them longer than an hour in the future, but that's the plan for now.
Yeah, so make sure to support us however you can. And besides podcasts, we also plan on making other things. Like we were recently talking about gameplays, but we're still not too sure, or we're not sure if we're ready for it since we don't have all the stuff necessary. But we plan on doing it sooner or later.
Sooner or later. If you follow the UltraBit Gaming page on Facebook, if you see the description of the page, you might actually see that there's 5 of us. The page has 5 administrators right now, and the other administrators have stated that they have a few plans for videos in the future just for this channel. Any and all videos that we make are going to be on this channel only, so stay tuned. You never know what you might see. The 5 of us here, in particular, happen to be Nintendo fans. We love everything Nintendo. We love the Mario series, Zelda games, Metroid games, Pokemon, yeah. We play Pokemon all the time. Lately, we've actually been playing Pokemon battles. 4 out of the 5 of us admins have been playing together. We get together and we team up. It's 2-on-2 battles, double battles, and it's great stuff. Look at that. We already got 10 minutes of this episode. See, time goes freaking fast.
And Juanito shit, and I always kick ass. And those admins suck. If they hear it, we're just kidding. You know, you guys don't suck.
Yeah. We also have a plan to have the rest of the admins on the podcast. We don't all live in the same area. I've known one of the other admins for 6 years now, and the other two admins, Nintendo Freak and Star Puncher, are relatives of ours, and they live about 8 hours away. If you were to drive on car and go to their area, it's about 8 or 9 hours. So we can't see each other frequently, but the plan is to get together on Skype once a week at least, and see if we can at least get most of us on the podcast so we can do this thing together instead of just always the two of us. You know, we gotta have some diversity, like I said before. And we ran out of peanut butter and jelly squares.
You want more?
We need more. Look at that. Fucking dogs are gonna start barking now. I'm gonna go let the dog out. You keep talking. You need to keep.
Let the dogs out.
Hey, you wanna go outside?
Well, I'm not too sure what to say because, you know, being serious here, this is my first time doing, you know, this kind of thing. But what I usually do, I'm more like a kind of person that watches instead of doing these things. Yeah, I watch a lot of Twitch, but, well...
Glass of milk for the working or studying person that's listening to this podcast. Okay, carry on.
What was that? Okay, anyways, I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about Twitch.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you listen.
And-
you prefer to listen and watch.
Yeah, and well, yeah, like Juanito shit said, I'm more of a Pokemon fan than a PlayStation 3 or Xbox fan, or PC, that includes. Well, I used to play a lot of League of Legends, but honestly, I sucked so bad that people were so harsh that hurt my feelings. I just left it there. I just couldn't play anymore. PC gamers are assholes. If one of you are PC gamers, you know, no offense or anything.
You know, that's okay because
I think they even know it.
if you keep up with gaming news, you are pretty goddamn aware of the fact that Admin Taco Freak just said that PC gamers are assholes, and that's true. Hey, but guess what? There are plenty of console fanboys out there too, and you can't actually, if you go to Facebook, you go to any very popular gaming website, or hell, any website on the internet at all, and there's a group of people that talk gaming, and you see that they can never have a calm group chat. It's always gonna be them yelling at each other, profanity everywhere, cursing each other because one goddamn entertainment machine is better than the other. And sometimes it's fun to join and just make people angry. I'm guilty of that. I do that once in a while. I was actually doing it this morning with this guy I follow on Instagram that shares Super Smash Brothers news. And yeah, he got pretty pissed off and he blocked me. And you know, that's it for you. But hey, in general, there's a lot of assholes in the gaming community, and unfortunately, that's something that we all have to deal with. It's something that if you make videos like I've done before many times, if you watch videos, if you listen to podcasts, if you're in a group of anything, not just games, it also extends to music, it extends to sports, to any sort of media out there. Any sort of media out there, and unfortunately, that's the human race for you. We can't always get along, and people gotta argue over which box of plastic is better than the other one, just because they can and they want to be twats. But yeah, if we poke fun of a company that you're a fan of, let's say you're a PC gamer and you're a fan of Valve, and we poke fun at Valve or the PC gaming community, don't get mad. It's just all in the name of fun, and we don't actually mean to upset you. We'd actually preferred if you laughed along with us, and you know, hey, maybe poke some fun at yourself too, because making fun of yourself here and there
It's
to make
a good
others
thing.
laugh, it's a good thing. It shows that you can handle it. And we're also gonna poke fun at Microsoft. We're also gonna poke fun at Nintendo, even though we love them to death.
Not Nintendo.
We're also gonna poke fun at Sony. We're gonna poke fun at everybody. If we hear about independent developers too, we'll make fun of them too because they made a crappy game and we played it or something like that. But we're gonna poke fun of
Yeah.
everybody, not just one company, not just one platform, so that everybody can get upset together or so that everybody can laugh with us. That's all up to you and how sensitive it is you are to fun and rude comments. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, not really. Yeah.
Not really. Okay.
I'm speechless right now.
You're speechless. Okay. No. Yeah.
This is my first time, so please forgive me.
That's what she said. Anyway, Advent Taco Freak. This is her first time doing a podcast of any sorts. I have some practice because I've made dozens and dozens of videos in the past. I actually started a podcast a few months ago. Only did 2 episodes and I abandoned it because I decided to start that page, Ultra Big Gaming, on Facebook because
So make sure you follow.
yeah, make sure you follow it. We'll actually leave a link in the description of this video if you want to check it out. So you can just click on that link and go straight to the page and give it a like. If you're interested, we share everything gaming related. Gaming related. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Fucking stuttering. Anyway, that's the beauty of podcasts. It's all improvised, and you get to hear all of our mistakes as we talk.
Yeah, we share lots of images, and also we like to share news when we hear something huge, and videos or it's
You heard it from a lady yourself, ladies. Something huge. So if you're interested in something huge,
call Juan.
listen to the Unlimited Bits podcast and go like us over there on Facebook. As I mentioned earlier, the plan is to do 1 episode of this podcast every single week. Every single Monday, there will be a new episode waiting for you. The good thing about podcasts is that the episodes are very easy to record. You sit down and you shoot the breeze with whoever it is you have in hand, or whoever it is you're talking with online, and you talk about games. And this is going to be the podcast for you. We're at 17 and a half minutes almost now. And wow, time really flies by because I swear to God that we just started recording this 5 minutes ago.
Our plan was to just record 15 minutes, and I think we just passed that.
Yes, we just passed. We're actually 20 seconds away from 18 minutes. Anyway, that's pretty much what this podcast is going to be. Yeah, this is just an introductory episode to the podcast.
Expect a bit more, and
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm saying that.
I couldn't have put it better, so yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, check us out next Monday. Well, it's actually Saturday right now, but this episode is going to be up on Monday. And depending on what news we hear, depending on what games we're playing, we might record this on a different day of the week, but they're always going to go up on Mondays, and so look forward to that. But I don't think we should ramble on too much longer. We're already at 18 and a half minutes now, and this is the Unlimited Bits podcast for you. And
don't ignore me.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just talking because I'm good at it, and I like my voice. Anyway, this is the podcast for you. Please check it out next Monday. And once more, check out Ultra Big Gaming on Facebook. If you type in your address bar, www.facebook.com/Ultra Big Gaming, it's going to take you right to the page. That's Ultra Big Gaming. Just facebook.com/Ultra Big Gaming.
Or just search up Ultra Big Gaming on the search bar.
Yeah, if that's too hard for you, you can also just go to Google and put Ultra Big Gaming Facebook. You hit enter and the page is going to pop up there because there's really, I made sure of it before creating the page and before creating this podcast. I made sure that the name for the page and the name for the podcast would be something very original and something that nobody else has used on the internet, believe it or not. They say that originality in media doesn't exist anymore, and that's true to an extent. But Ultra Big Gaming on Facebook and the Unlimited Bits podcast are 2 damn good names and 2 damn unique ones. So we hope you like them. And that's it pretty much for the first episode of The Unlimited, one more time, The Unlimited Bits podcast here on YouTube. And
Make sure to like, subscribe if you like this introduction. We will be uploading way more things, but this is, the introductions for now, and you'll have to wait every Monday for a podcast, and we will have more when we all agree. What's up?
we all agreed to get together and record a new episode. That's what she's trying to say. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see you here next Monday. Nothing fancy for
Did you
now.
understand me when I say what's up?
Yeah, I know they can. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see you next Monday. It's nothing fancy right now. All you can see on your on the screen, on the window of the video, is the logo for the podcast that I have still yet to make. But I'm gonna get to work on that right after I stop the record button on my computer. So we'll catch you guys next Monday. We hope you enjoyed this first episode. I know we rambled on quite a bit, but that's the nature of a podcast. We'll see you here next week. Thank you for listening. Yeah, boy!
Woo!